Good afternoon and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I am going to make strawberry syrup. Yes, it's like maple syrup, but this is going to be strawberries. Now you need 3 quarts of ripe strawberries, and you rinse them and you remove the stems, and then you're going to cut the berries into quarter. Then in a flat bottom pan, it's flat bottom, you're going to mash these. Okay, so I'm going to be at this for a little bit, so I'm not going to have you watch me mash. Oh my goodness, because I'm going to be at this for a while. Okay, I'll be back as soon as I finish mashing these up. Okay, I mashed them. I'll show you that I mashed them. I got them mashed. They want me to put it in an 8 quart. I think this is a 6 quart, but I don't think I have an 8 quart. They want us to put this in here after we do all that mashing. And they want us to add to your 3 quarts of strawberries that you mashed 1 cup of cold water. Okay. Now what they want us to do is bring over medium-high heat to bring the mixture to a boil. So I'm going to have to pick you up so you can see more of what's going on here. Just give me a minute. There, so you can see it. Medium-high. Okay. Now they want to bring this to a boil. And then we're going to reduce the heat, cover, and simmer gently for 10 minutes. And I have the jars heating up at 220. And in here, water bath, I'm getting the water up to 200 because that's the only temperature they want us to work with is 200, not 220. I'm just getting the jars sterile. So we got the strawberries there. We've got everything going, really. Now, just want to make sure it doesn't burn. So I'm going to bring this to a boil and I will be back. Okay, it's boiling. They want me to turn the heat down to a simmer, which is a very low boil. Put the lid on it. Lid. And we are going to let this simmer for 10 minutes. Let me warn you now. This thing is bubbling up and over. It's already run over once. That's why they want it. This must not be an 8 quart. This must be a 6 quart that I have here. But when they say 8 quart, they're talking about because the strawberries are just going to foam way up. So they want you to put it in a really large pot. And this is at a simmer. Nothing but a simmer, and it's going crazy. Please do not get over 200 before I get there. Well, as you can see, it's being kind right now. Watch it, it'll come back over again. I know me. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. We're going to turn the heat off. We're getting it off the burner. So I'm going to set mine on a mat not far from you. And we're going to have to let this sit, they say 15 minutes. And to scrape off any foam that you find on it. So I'll get most of it off, but I doubt if I'll get it all off. It is a bit of a problem here. I'm just trying to get you where you don't get burnt. Really don't have much foam. So after 15 minutes we're going to strain this, but I'm not going to do it their way because I'm using a towel, so I just want to read it to you what they want from you, but I'm going to do mine with a towel so I don't have to worry. But what they're saying, place a fine mesh sieve over a bowl or pan, ladle the strawberries into the sieve and strain the juice from the pulp. That's what I'll be doing, except I'm going to be doing it in a towel. Then they say discard the pulp. Yeah, I know, you're going to throw it away. I'm going to throw mine in my compost and bury it. Then it says rinse the sieve thoroughly and line it with 3 to 4 layers of clean, damp cheesecloth. Okay. Then it says strain the juice through the cheesecloth. Then they say line the sieve with paper coffee filter and strain the juice again. It should measure about 4 cups. What they're really doing is that it's evident she doesn't use her towels. My towels will work for what I'm going to do because I strain my stock in it and I wash it, so if it has a red stain, I don't care. You know, I don't have the cheese. I know with cheese, I don't use paper coffee filters, so I can use this, and this should work just fine. I have my strainer. I'll show you. I have a fine mesh strainer already. This one is very fine. It's not like the big ones. And I have it in a bowl here, and I'm just covering it up with a clean towel. There's no hose in the towel or anything else, so there'll be no pulp going, but she has you doing these 3 stages to make sure you get all the pulp out. I shouldn't have any pulp because there's no hose in the towel. So we'll just see. And that's what you'll have to do, but I'm doing mine with a towel. And these are sackcloth towels. They're thin, but I dried the dishes with them, so it should be fine. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. Now we're going to ladle this over to here and start straining it. I know that's going to be hot. Oh yeah, it's straining nice. I'm going to keep on doing this, and we're going to strain it. Okay, I did not quite get 4 cups. I came close. So, I'll continue. Now they want us to, we got the strawberry juice in here. The sugar is 4 cups. They actually say the sugar and that should be the same ratio. So let's see, since I got 3.5, maybe I should do 3.5 sugars as well. And they said if you don't get the sugars right, you'll have a problem. Okay. I came close to the syrup, but didn't quite make it as hard as I squeezed. Maybe I needed more strawberries. It's 2.5. Let me put more sugar in here. I'm going to put in the same amount of sugar as I had juice, because I was reading up and they said you have to make sure that you get that correct. All right, so I'm going to do that. Now they want, what else do they want me to put in? Wait a minute. Let me back up a minute. Oh, I can use one of these for what I need. Okay. I'm going to get the other half. This is just plain strawberry juice, the same thing that I just did, so I can put the other half in and I'll come up with the equal amounts of 4 cups of strawberry juice and 4 cups of sugar. Oh, thank goodness I bought that. I'll tell you all about that at the end. That's going to cover for the 1/2 cup that I'm missing. All right, now for the juice, lemon juice, they want 1/4 of a cup. Okay, here's 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice. And you know what? I'm making a very big mess in my cake right after I cleaned it. Oh well. So, what I bought was Pomona organic juices. All what this is just strawberry juice. So, if I didn't cover for it, I had bought these. And there's no sugar in it. There's no additives. There's nothing in it. And I got it from Amazon. Something was telling me I was going to have a problem. So I went and did what I had to do. Oh shoot. Get that temperature back up there. So see, all what you're really doing is using this, the juice of the fruit. I do remember her saying the sugar was extremely important. I got to get things out of the way because we're going to be canning this in a bit. Alright. get that temperature back up to 200.
Ooh.
No. Listen, I got to bring this to a boil, but I've got to get you back here because I need the room for the canning that's getting ready to happen. Oh, almost dropped you. Did not mean to do that. Did not mean to rattle you. Okay, because this is going to stain, I'm going to get my old faithful cutting board that everyone complains about because it looks so bad, but it's always been faithful too. I'm surprised it hasn't broken or anything else but what I put it through. Okay. Now what I'm going to do with this is I have to stir this for now until I get this sugar dissolved, and I'm going to bring it to a boil, and then we turn it down to simmer again, and we're going to simmer it just a little bit, and then it's going to be hot. I'll be right back. I have a few things I have to do. Now, if I do this right, it should come out clear. No fogginess, no sediments, no nothing. That's why I use the towel instead of the cheesecloth, the strainer, and then all this. I said, no, I'm just going to go straight to the point. I got towels. This one's pink now, but that's all right. It'll be every color when I get done. Because I have like 9 or 12 syrups, different ones that we can make, which looks quite interesting. And I got strawberry all over my book. I don't believe I did that. Well, it's mine. You know it's me. Bet you I should have done 4 jars. Now we're not going to bring this to a boil at 220 like we normally do when we water bath. This one we're going to have to hold at 200. Yeah, it's a different one. We're going to have to hold it at 200. I can't believe I got my book so dirty. Oh God. We'll sit up for another 15 minutes, okay. And then we'll can it. These poor jars are probably so hot at this point. But it's a beautiful red. When I bring it here and we start canning it, you can see just how beautiful the color is. And see the juice jars that I bought? That's great. There's no problem there. And I've got a mess in my sink. But the color, don't break the jars, Sandra. The color is just so beautiful. And the thing is that because this is just plain juice in the jar, I can buy those. Well, we're going to drink them, or I'm going to make Jell-O with them too, because I found a natural, like I told you, I found a natural Jell-O that's made from the bones and stuff and not synthetic with 2 chemicals, because those 2 chemicals actually cause the minerals to be withdrawn from your joints and stuff, and if you eat a lot of Jell-O, yeah, you're going to have a problem. So the thing is that I wouldn't use it unless I could find something natural. I finally found something that's natural, so I can sit there and use it, so I'm really happy about that. So now I'll be making my own Jell-O, and I've got plenty of flavors that I can play with, you know. So a lot of different juices, and I might take one of those teas that I make and make Jell-O out and just see what comes out when I make Jell-O with all those combinations I put just to be different. And my mother used to put fruit in hers, and she served it like that, but she bought Knox Jell-O. And but I want to sit there, and my husband always had it with evaporated milk. That's how his mother did it, with the fruit, the Jell-O, and the milk. But she didn't know it was tearing down the hips. So if you eat a lot of Jell-O, you should look at Amazon and try to find one that's natural. It's a little on the expensive side, I'm not going to lie to you, because it takes a process to cook all that out and to get what you need, and then to dehydrate it. So you have to be a little respectful when you do that, because if you're giving your family Knox gelatin that you buy in a regular supermarket, if they can't answer, yes, we use natural ingredients, then you know they're taking the shortcut, using 2 chemicals that cause it to gel like that. And the reason I started questioning it was as I was making some Jell-O with it, I noticed my hips started hurting. My hips never hurt. No matter what I've done, they've never hurt. And they were hurting me. So I decided I better check this out. And then when I checked it out and I found out what it was, I was angry. So I came off of it. I said, never mind. I won't have Jell-O anymore until further notice. But I figured if I called to the company, they could tell me. At least I would find out why my hips started to hurt me. And that was years ago, but they never answered me. And somebody who doesn't answer me is pretty much guilty of the crime committed. People think if they're quiet, but if you're quiet, that means you're guilty. Especially a company and somebody finds out what they're doing. You don't want anybody to know. So we're not going to be boiling this like we normally do when we get to canning it. You will need a thermometer. Poor jars are saying you're baking us. I know, I gotta keep you hot till further notice. Now that the sugar's dissolved, I am turning it up to high to bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to turn it down to simmer for 15 minutes. If you want to know what I'm doing, it's almost at the point of boiling. Let me put you on pause until this thing boils. Okay, it came to a boil. I'm simmering it now for 15 minutes and then we'll be canning. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, so we're going to fill the jars up. This might be a little difficult. going to use a 1/4 inch headspace, which I've told you about. From the top down, it'll be 1/4. Can you imagine putting this on pancakes and waffles or French toast? Or even, they said, on vanilla ice cream. I get all excited just with the sheer thought of that. That's got to be something that would really be good. I'm trying to get my water up to 200. Okay, it's at 200. Now I'm going to have to hustle. I'm going to debubble to release all the bubbles in it. You don't need any setting anywhere. They say if you have any film, take it off, but I'm not going into a contest, so I'm not worried about that. That little bit could just sit there. Be very careful cleaning the edges because you're using vinegar. Alright, good, you're holding 200. Don't get vinegar in this. Just be very, very careful that you wring it out. Your paper towel or your rag. There's such a berry smell of this, which is so nice. Pour your extra vinegar in. Don't want to mess it. This is actually 6 cups of syrup. You could put it in half-pint jars. I just didn't have any half-pint jars. I only had a few. And I said, I'm going to have to pick some up. Okay, now the trick is to keep your water bath canner at 200 for 10 minutes. That's where it has to be for 10 minutes, and that's how we're canning these. So I'll see you in 10 minutes, but remember, it's not 220 for this. This is 200, so you have to hold it there. Well, we have one more minute before they come out. As you can see, I have my thermometer right there to hold it at 200. That was the only way it was going to work. They said that this should be clear, beautiful. Well, we'll find out. How does that look? Doesn't that look good? Just think, instead of always having maple syrup, right? You could do different syrups, and how nice that would be. Well, that's it. I have a mess to clean up. I'm working right now trying to clean it up while I'm talking, and have been cooking in between where you were. I was telling you 10 to 15 minutes. I had that going and I had this going, and I was cleaning up at the same. This is my third batch of dishes. Anyway, listen, I want you to have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow because I'm thinking about making blueberry tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.